And a sign for them is that we carried their forefathers in a laden ship, and we created for them the likes of it which they ride. Meaning Nuh alayhi salam, the survivors with him, what is it that they were saved on? The ship. And today also, what is it that people ride when they have to cross the water? Various forms of vessels that help us transport and travel from one place to another. And we created for them the likes of it, which they ride. And if we should will, we could drown them. Then no one responding to a cry would there be for them, nor would they be saved. Just imagine, in the middle of the ocean could be a boat that just turns over. Who is it that hears their screaming? Who is it that saves them? So the fact that we are safely able to travel from one part of the world to the other, this is exclusively Allah's mercy, except as a mercy from us and provision for a time. But when it is said to them, beware of what is before you and what is behind you, perhaps you will receive mercy. Meaning take lesson from history, take lesson from the past, take lesson from what is going on in the world right now. From the accidents that happen today, that you witness, that you come to know of. Aren't there so many sad news that we come to know of? So many disasters? So many casualties? So these events that happen, these incidents that happen, they are to teach us a lesson. When it is said to them, take a lesson, beware of what is before you and what is behind you, perhaps you will receive mercy. What happens? And no sign comes to them from the signs of their Lord, except that they are from it turning away. The fact is that a believer lives this life with his eyes open. He is very observant, and he takes a lesson from everything that is around him. Even if something happens far from him, still when he comes to know of it, he takes lesson from it. He doesn't turn a blind eye to the rain that falls, and the trees that grow, and the accidents that happen. No, he takes lesson from that. He realizes from all of these incidents the greatness of his Lord, his own vulnerability, his own dependence and need of Allah, need of the Creator. And this is the reason why he continues to worship his Lord, preparing for the hereafter. And when it is said to them, spend from that which Allah has provided for you. Those who disbelieve say to those who believe, should we feed one whom, if Allah had willed, He would have fed? You are not but in clear error. What logic? That if Allah wanted to feed them, He would have fed them. Why should we feed them? Well, the fact is that Allah has tested them, the poor, by giving them less. And Allah has tested you by giving you more. And they say, when is this promise if you should be truthful? They do not wait except one blast which will seize them while they are disputing. And they will not be able to give any instruction, nor to their people can they return. Meaning they cannot leave any last minute messages. They cannot even send any last minute messages. And they cannot return to their family. This is how suddenly death comes. And the horn will be blown. وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ. And this is referring to the second blowing of the trumpet. And at once from the graves to their Lord, they will hasten. Meaning at once when the trumpet will be blown, what will happen? Immediately resurrection will take place and people will rush to the place of gathering. The Prophet ﷺ said, since the time that the angel who is to blow the trumpet was given his task, he has been ready with his eyes set upon the throne, afraid that his eye might be deviated when the order comes. So the angel Israfil, who is appointed to blow the trumpet, how is he right now? Ready, waiting. Where are his eyes? Set upon the throne. Meaning he's waiting for the command from Allah. That Allah will order him and immediately, instantly he will blow the trumpet. And as he will blow the trumpet, the day of judgment shall be established. The Prophet ﷺ said, how can I be at ease when the angel of the trumpet has placed his mouth upon the trumpet? He has placed his mouth where? Upon the trumpet. Bend his forehead and is awaiting the command of his Lord. How can I be at rest? How can I be at rest? This is just like if there is somebody sitting in the car with their hand on the keys and you are still outside. Can you walk slowly? What are you going to do? You're going to run because the car is going to start any second, any moment. This is like you're running to catch a bus and the bus driver is sitting waiting with his foot on the brake, and all he needs to do is just release his foot, and then that's it. The bus is going to move. So what are you going to do at that time? Walk slowly? How do you find people when they're running to the bus stop? Do you see them running? Yes, they're running with all their might, with all their effort, rushing to get to the bus stop so that they can get into the bus. Isn't that so? So this is our reality. We cannot delay until tomorrow to perform a good deed. We cannot wait until we are 15, until we are 20 to perform a good deed. When we learn about something and we have the ability, we have the opportunity, then we have to make use of this time right now, because we never know when death is going to come to us. And at once from the graves to their Lord they will hasten. They will say, "Oh, woe to us! Who has raised us up from our sleeping place?" What does this reply indicate? These words, what do they indicate? That the stay in the graves will seem like rest to the people. And we learn that in the graves will also be punishment. So why is it that when people will rise from their graves, they will say, "Who woke us up from our sleeping places?" Because the resurrection, its horrors, its punishment, its severity is far worse than what the people saw in their graves. They'll be told, "This is what the Most Merciful had promised." And the messengers told the truth. It will not be but one blast, and at once they are all brought present before us. So today, no soul will be wronged at all, and you will not be recompensed except for what you used to do.